What's up, you YouTube? It's your girl Faith. It's your girl Faith. It's your girl Faith. I haven't posted a video in so long, you guys, but this video is like just to help people pass their Amazon test because it could be crazy taking an Amazon test. Like I have certain answers or whatever, but what I do have here, it'll definitely help you. Um, the first thing that I do want to say is it's like 10 hours that you're going to just constantly be on the computer. You have to pay attention because if you don't pay attention, you're not going to pass the test. Um, I think the final test, the final quiz final exam is about 45 questions. And then, like, the whole time, though, you're constantly watching videos and stuff. You are not allowed to skip it. Because if you skip it, it's automatic termination from getting a job. So, like, Amazon driver typically starts you off with between $16.50 and $17 an hour. The Amazon driving training, it's crazy, you guys. So, like, I recommend you to take notes. Most definitely take notes. It's the only way you're going to probably pass the test unless you got somebody that helps you out with the answers and stuff. But, definitely take notes and listen. But, like, for me, I scored, 85% because I did take my notes or whatever. But, excuse me, if you want to score higher, pay more attention because me, I was like a little tired. I mean, I started like 8 a.m. on a computer. I took a break at 12 and I didn't get like completely done until like 5 in the afternoon. But we get paid for it. So I was getting paid my money, while I was on the laptop. So, the safety daily defects they ask you is like the DVR. That's like to make sure that all your lights are working properly, your turn signals, your brake lights, your headlights, your hazard lights. Make sure your headlights and reflectors are not broken. Like, this is what you need to do in the morning before you even go and load your truck and get packages and stuff like that. You're gonna have an Amazon phone where you're literally checking off everything as you check everything. So when you check the lights and they're fine, check. You check the turn signals, they work, check. The brake lights and so forth, check. And you check the dashboard lights. You gotta, when you check the dashboard lights, you gotta make sure that there's no engine light that's on. You gotta make sure your oil light isn't on. Make sure your battery light isn't on. None of these lights can be on for safety precautions, okay? And that's all in the morning before you even go to the other warehouse to get your packages. Make sure that your windshield wipers work and also make sure there is no cracks on your windshield. 3 or more cracks is unsafe. So if you have 1 or 2 cracks, make sure you notify your boss and let them know. But anything after 3 cracks, you should not be moving that vehicle whatsoever. Also, sometimes they recommend you to check your windshield fluid systems, but like if you're low on that, it's not really a big deal. But you want to make sure that it is working so that way, in case you got to clean your window, if it's dirty or whatever, you do want to make sure you have the fluid, but it's not like imperative to have. Side mirrors, check your side mirrors aren't damaged. Make sure they aren't loose. Make sure they aren't missing. Okay. Make sure there is no crack or discoloration in the mirror that messes up your view while you're on the road. That's very important. And a lot of these things they do ask you on the test. And for your tires, they ask you this on the test as well. For your tires, check all your tires. They cannot be below 2/32 in depth. Okay? Check for cuts. Check for bulges and objects. Make sure a tire is not loose. Make sure that you don't need any air. And make sure that it's visibly flat. Okay? And then let's see, like body damage, which you'll be looking for. Body damage. Ensure all items are attached and secure, such as the stubs are not damaged or loose on your tires. You know, little stem part where you put air in, make sure it's not damaged or loose. Make sure no holes or punctures are on the body of the vehicle. Okay, and for your doors, check all the doors are closed securely. Okay, so like make sure nothing will fall out for your packages, or make sure period that it's closed tight, so when you're driving nothing just flies open, period. And make sure all your doors open and close with no problem as well. For your brakes, make sure your brakes are not grinding when you're doing your check. Do not, if they're grinding, do not move the vehicle. Let your boss know. You have to make sure your vehicle stops properly as well. So when you're driving and if the brake pedal touches the floor, then you don't have great brake pads at all. It's already harder for a larger vehicle to stop. So you want to make sure that you have those good brakes. Service the brake pedal. Make sure it does not sink all the way down to the floor, like I was telling you, because if it does, you can't move it. For your license plates and tags, make sure they're not damaged and make sure they're not expired. You'll think, oh, that's not my responsibility, you know, but sometimes someone could miss something. Everyone is not perfect. So you want to make sure that you check that those license plates and tags are not damaged or expired. Make sure your seatbelts are not missing. And I know a lot of this sounds like weird, but these are some things that'll be on your test. They'll ask you these questions. Make sure your seatbelt's not missing. For your horn, check the horn and make sure that it beeps loud enough and properly. And your alarms are functional. Okay, and then also there's a little mirror in the back for when you're backing up. Make sure that that mirror is working correctly. Check that the rear view monitor comes on. Backup camera, make sure that that's not missing, because you need that backup camera, because sometimes your rear view mirrors can't show everything, so you have the backup camera. Okay, because the vehicle is so big. Let's see, another thing, the device cradle. Okay, and if you don't know what these things are, like once you're doing the test, you're going to be like, okay, she said, make sure this, make sure that. Like you can actually just take notes of this as well. The device cradle, make sure that's not missing or damaged. Revert to roadworthy guidelines for information. If it doesn't look right, report it to the DVCR. Report to the management and don't drive the vehicle if any of these things are not properly I lost my. Make sure that it's all good. If not, just report it to your manager about anything that's not properly working or functioning as it should. Let's see where I'm at here. They're going to ask you the percent level on certain things as well. Your seatbelt saves you. Okay, and I ask you what percentage. The answer is 45% to 50%. A seatbelt saves you 45% to 50%. Okay, you always want to buckle up first. Okay. They're going to ask you what position should you be holding the steering wheel. 9 and 3 o'clock. 9 and 3 o'clock position. Okay. Seatbelt must be worn diagonal across your chest and waist. Across your chest and waist for seatbelt. Not behind your back or anything like that, because they know if you properly wearing your seatbelt or not, because they have this machine that you have to sign into in the morning, and they check for your speed. They check to see if you're wearing a seatbelt. They check to see if you're accelerating too hard. They check to see if you're going over the limit, like flying. Like, they check all that, and they score you on it as well. So let's see what else here. Some things that's important. Okay, but like I said, the seatbelt diagonal down to your waist. Boom, and down to your waist. Boom, down to your waist. What percentage are collisions preventable? They ask you that on the test. What percentage of collisions are preventable? The answer is 94%. Okay? So, if that's on your test, you heard me. You definitely gonna get that right. Okay? 94%. What percentage of collisions are preventable? Can't hear you. 94%. Okay. You are likely, they ask you these ones that I'm reading right now, they definitely ask you on your test. You are likely to fasten and unfasten your seatbelt how many times in each shift? You are likely to fasten and unfasten your seatbelt how many times in each shift? The answer is 250. 250 times. Okay? And like I said, the correct steering position is 9 and 3. The correct steering position is 9 and 3. What is the best degree seat back? They ask you this on the test. What is the best degree seat back? The answer is 100 to 110. What is the best degree seat back? 100 to 110. Okay. A flat mirror and convex mirror. Check the mirror throughout the route. Okay, false. You can never reduce blind spots. They ask you on the test, can you reduce blind spots? It's true or false? True. You can reduce blind spots, or false? False. You can never reduce blind spots at all. That's just something you can't help. Blind spots exist. Okay. All vehicles have blind spots. Cars, motorcycles, Amazon trucks, buses, they all have blind spots. So the answer is false. You can never reduce blind spots. Adjust and look at your mirror. Horizontal, fall center. Side of vehicle make visible. Make sure you can see the sides of your vehicle. Okay. An impacted blind spot is almost all. Impacted blind spot. Answer, almost all. You can minimize blind spots. Never. You can never eliminate them. Again. Blind spots can't see vehicles without turning around. Blind spots can't see vehicles without turning around. Excuse me. They also ask you the 360-degree scan. The 360-degree scan is A, see it coming. B, scan everywhere. C, stay aware. D, return to front view. E, 15 seconds ahead. You're going to learn that it's important to scan 15 seconds ahead so you always can see what's going on ahead of you. Never just focus on one thing. Always look in your mirrors. Always look in all your mirrors. Always make sure you're scanning 15 seconds ahead. That's on the test. What was I at? Okay, F, your rear view mirror. G, your blind spot. And H, your rear view mirror. Okay, and then scan ahead. These are on your test. Like I said, scan ahead. Look 15 seconds ahead and directly in front of you. Direct horizontal line. Watch for anything that can be a problem. 3 seconds behind the vehicle, you're scanning. 15 seconds ahead of you, you're scanning. Escape route means, they ask you this. What does escape route mean? Planning ahead to avoid getting hit. Open space. Never box yourself in. If someone cut in front of you, stay calm. Avoid to hitting them in the rear end. Okay, that's your 360 scan. Okay, and for a truck, which you'll be driving, for a truck or a motorcycle, you always scan 4 seconds. Okay? You always scan 4 seconds. And then, let's see. What else is very important to share? They're going to ask you, what should you prevent while you're driving the Amazon man? You should prevent this. Slow down. Take corners. At speed. Watch objects. Pull enough forward before turning. Cornering. You slow down. You clear your blind spot. You pull further forward. You en route and empty and grounded. Once you're watching the videos, you're going to understand what I'm saying. And I just gave you a lot of answers to your exams. So if you pay attention to what I'm saying, you pay attention to the videos that will be asked. Like, you actually write some of this stuff down already. So that way, when the tests come about, if you miss something in the videos, you could just go back on the notes that I told you to, jot down there to help you pass the exam. Let's see. Okay, they're going to ask you questions about at night. At night, it's hard to see or be seen. It's hard to see or be seen, okay? It's hard to see people at night. It's hard to see animals at night. It's difficult to see. They're going to ask you this question. When is it most difficult to see? The answer is, it's more difficult to see most during dusk. Okay? During dusk. Let's see. Also, on a test, don't drink the night before and the day of a shift. Don't drink the night before or the day of a shift, okay? What you shouldn't do, they're going to ask you this on the test. It's like a multiple choice. You should not sleep deprived. Make sure you get enough sleep at night before you go to work. You should not sleep deprived. And do not consume no alcohol, of course. Try not to work very long hours. They stop you after like 10 hours now. They don't keep you working now for safety precautions. Okay, they're going to ask you this as well. The answer to this is 5 miles over the speed limit is okay. 5 miles over the speed limit is okay. Anything over that, you're considered speeding. You could get a ticket. You could lose your job. Because, like I said, you're going to be on a FICO score. So if you constantly going over that, you're not meeting your driving expectations. And that's part of your job. Eventually, you will get fired. They're going to ask you about multitasking. Like when you're driving, are you on your phone or are you texting? Multitasking to them, it does not exist because your brain cannot function on more than one thing. So like imagine you texting and then you hurry up and look up while you're driving and you mash your brake. That's because you weren't focused on just driving. You were trying to multitask, which doesn't exist. They're going to ask you, does multitasking exist? No. Okay. They're going to ask you about Amazon accidents because, of course, Amazon accidents occur. 27% of Amazon accidents definitely do occur. They're going to ask you if you can't see while driving your van, what to do. The answer is you get out the van, you check your surroundings, and then you get back in and you reverse slowly. If you have to get out the van and reverse because you can't see, you get out slowly. You look out, and if nothing there, then you go ahead and reverse slowly. Okay. Another important thing, you need to know your van height. Because if you're going under a bridge and it say you can't go this certain amount of centimeters, inches, or whatever, you need to make sure that your vehicle can make it. Don't just be trying to go under a tunnel and you end up not making it and you get stuck. You got to know your vehicle height, okay? Then they ask you how you park when you're driving an Amazon van. You park with your nose facing outward, which the nose, of course, is the front of your vehicle. Okay, you park with it facing outward. So it's easier to, move forward. You want to try to reverse as less as possible while driving such a big vehicle. You want to make things easier for you. They're going to ask you about the percentage of side swipes while switching lanes. The percentage of side swipes while switching lanes is 29%. 29% side swipes occur while changing lanes. They ask you about the percentage of crashes in intersections. 40% of crashes happen during intersections, okay? And green light, they're going to ask you about the green light. A lot of people get this answer wrong. Green light means go. Does a green light necessarily mean go? Not necessarily. No, a green light means go, but it means go when safe. So just because it's a green light, don't skirt off. Green light, you check and make sure, because people run their lights all the time. So you go when safe, not just go. No, that won't be the correct answer. You go when safe. And triple check before merging. Always triple check before merging. They ask you that. Do you just check once while merging, twice while merging, or triple check? You triple check, okay? Fall and winter is like wildlife. Dawn and dusk, hard to see. It could be foggy or whatever, but yeah. What is a DVCR? A DVCR is a driver vehicle condition report. That's what you have to do every morning. You have to do the driver vehicle condition report, which is what I said when you check your windshield wipers, you check the back of your camera mirror, you check your headlights, you check your turn signal, you check your side mirrors. You make sure your doors are properly closed. You make sure none of your dashboard lights are on, as such as oil change, engine light, etc. Okay. Let's see. They do things based on LIFO. What is LIFO? That's always on the test. That's definitely on the test. LIFO is last in, first out. Last in, first out. So when you go and you do your scanning in the morning, they're going to ask you that on the test. It's in a video. So you probably, like I said, have no idea what I'm talking about. But when you go to do your test, you got them answers. Okay? So when you go ahead, it's a proper way that you load your van. So that way it's easier where you won't be just searching for the crates, which crate to use first, which crate to use, and then no, last in, first out. Okay. They're gonna ask you, when is it okay to knock on a door? When is it okay to knock on a customer door to get them their packages? They actually stopped that though, but it's still on a test. Between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m., you can knock on a customer's door and give them their package. Between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m., you can knock on a customer's door to give them their package. Okay? That's pretty much my cheat sheet. But this cheat sheet, it actually helped me pass. Believe it or not. Excuse me, they may ask you the same question, but just reword it a little bit. So just be careful of that. Make sure that you write down the answers that I did give you, because that will take you a long way. All right. So good luck. And if you haven't hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you know when new videos come up, because there will be a whole lot more of videos coming. Okay, I'm about to get back to making my videos and taking this YouTube serious. So I hope that you join my family and subscribe to my channel. Good luck to you all.